Good morning, Mario. We are determined to make it still a good Monday morning. And good morning, Switch fans. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm still leaving the Zelda light off in protest of that Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase nonsense that they announced, but we do have good news to talk about today, because after Nintendo's announcement, a big, major leak/confirmation occurred, and it's pretty darn nifty, I think. So what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Hope you're having a fantastic day despite Nintendo's Partner Showcase, which I'll be live streaming tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. Pacific, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Make sure to click the link in the description down below if you want to join me to react, to regurgitate, to throw up, to smile. Maybe we'll be pleasantly surprised. I don't know. The Partner Showcase will probably stink, but let's just check it out together and find out. Maybe it blows us away. It is 25 minutes long, so there could be, there's got to be one good thing. A Hollow Knight Silksong release date would save the show for me, honest to goodness. There's a bunch of cool third-party games that could come, but the Silksong release date is what would do it for me. And it sort of just sounds like Nintendo is opting to just sit this out. It's not because of some major problem. It's not because of some major, it just sort of right now, where we stand here, sounds like Nintendo is comfortable with their holiday lineup, is just sort of spacing the news out, and isn't gonna have a big direct until later this fall, like their September slot. Now, people have been asking about what about some of this other stuff that has to be coming? Stuff like Mario Kart 8 DLC, stuff like Nintendo Switch Online updates. And I think Nintendo can absolutely announce those via Twitter. They've proven that that is a method they like to use in the past. There's been a lot of substantial announcements on Twitter. In fact, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Paper Mario and the Origami King was announced on Twitter and then out 2 months later. There was like no direct for that. It was just boom, here it is, Twitter. So they absolutely will still follow through on their Mario Kart booster, course booster number 2. That'll probably be announced soon, maybe even later this week. It should hit this month. Well, I guess July now it's going to hit, unless they're just going to day and date drop it on June 30th or something. They could do that. And then Nintendo Switch Online, I guess if there's no big direct, then Game Boy could get announced on Twitter. A new slate of N64 could get announced on Twitter. Maybe they're shutting down shop. They're like, Nintendo Switch Online will be in hibernation until the fall. No, that won't happen, but I would still expect some first-party announcements on Twitter. I know that we're not getting them in a direct. I know that this Partner Showcase shuts out the hopes of the Mini being a kind of a combination project, but I still think we'll get Nintendo news this summer for sure. Mario Kart has to be releasing. Switch Online definitely needs some sort of like, hey, here's what's coming. And then, they could go wild. They could announce a brand new game. Maybe 1-2 Switch just pops up the sequel on Twitter. Maybe more DLC pops up on Twitter. They absolutely could say, oh, we've got new boards coming to Mario Party on Twitter. Nintendo does not care. They really don't care. Like, we love Directs so much. And Nintendo makes great games that we love. And so I think we think they love us because we love what they do, but they just kind of love doing what they do. They love the money, they love the success. Directs are about the fans, and not having a general, not organizing your year in a way to have a general, not putting it together really seems like hey, we care more about business than people. And I guess that's just how companies work in 2022. It's not surprising, it's not shocking, it's a little sad, and I just missed that moment. So we're gonna make our own moment, again, live streaming tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. Pacific, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. That should be like 1:30 p.m. over across the pond in the UK. I hope to see you there. We'll still make it fun, okay? We'll get all jazzed up. I don't know. I'll grow my hair super long. Anyhow, what else do we want to talk about? Let's go with this rumor that I don't believe, and then go into the one that I think is really happening, because that one's cool. Zippo is a leaker that has been very up and down, and he kind of revealed his cards with the Mario Kart 10 stuff. He was very big on Mario Kart 10 being announced, and it ended up being the course booster pass. So, on one hand, you could say Zippo knows a lot. On the other hand, he's clearly misinformed. So, this next rumor I take with a grain of salt, and I'm not buying it. Zippo says that DK, a new DK game from Nintendo, has gone gold, meaning it's done. It's sitting there, it's waiting, it's ready to be released. He says he doesn't know when it'll be announced, exactly what's involved, he doesn't know, but it's done, and that's great news. I don't buy it. I think if Nintendo was sitting on a completed Fire Emblem, a completed Metroid, a completed 1-2 Switch sequel, and a completed Donkey Kong, they would have thrown together an E3 Summer Direct. They would have thrown together a presentation to put that before us. I know they're weirdos over there, but I have to imagine if they had 4 completed games, they'd tell us about them. And then, add Wind Waker HD, 5 completed games. People have been saying that Wind Waker and Twilight Princess are done. Advance Wars is also done. Some people have said Pikmin's done. There's so much that is supposedly done and Nintendo's just sitting on. I refuse to believe that there's this vault of games just ready to go and they're like, we're not going to talk about them. We're going to save them for a rainy day. I don't know, that seems counterproductive in an era where development is more difficult than ever, more time-consuming and costly than ever, where delays have been rampant, where it's hard to produce things. If you have games done, I think you put them out. I think you make the money. I think you go for that. I don't know. It seems crazy to me to see that they're supposedly sitting on all these titles. I think if Donkey Kong was done, we would be hearing about it. Maybe we hear about it in September, but I also just think these games can't all be done. I don't know that Fire Emblem has been done for a long time and Metroid has been done for a long time. Maybe Nintendo just plays by their own strange rules and they're like, we've got 2026 lined up, all right? We know that we're coming out with Star Fox. It's been done since the first year of Switch. We're just saving it for the right moment. If Nintendo operates like that, someone please blow the lid off. Do like a freaking Jeff Keighley, what's that guy's name? Danny O'Dwyer spectacular documentary on Nintendo, the game company that gets games done and doesn't release them. That would be fascinating. But as much as I want to love DK, as much as I want to believe it, I'm not buying it. I hope DK does get some light soon because he has a theme park coming, a featured role in the movie, and no game on Switch. Yes, Tropical Freeze is here, but Tropical Freeze, remember, is a port. Now let's talk about a port that is much more exciting and much more real, and much more seems to be this holiday season. Jeff Grubb, who has a far better record than Zippo, said today on his Giant Bomb live stream that he definitively knows that Metroid Prime Remaster is one of Nintendo's holiday games. Definitively. He said himself that before he heard some things, there was rumblings, he was pretty sure, but now he can confidently say that Metroid Prime Remaster is one of Nintendo's big holiday games. So Nintendo won't do the Direct, Jeff Grubb's doing it for us. This is cool, okay? He says it should be timed to November's anniversary of Metroid Prime, and that it will just be Metroid Prime 1, but that it's getting the full-on remastered treatment. And I think that sounds pretty sick. New updated controls, maybe some new updated content, definitely updated graphics, maybe gameplay that's more streamlined. This could be a super hidden gem package for the Switch this holiday season. And going from just Pokemon to Pokemon and Metroid Prime Remaster, and hopefully Bayonetta 3 tomorrow, that makes things feel a whole lot better. Metroid Prime Remaster isn't of the caliber of 3D Mario, but it sets the stage for Metroid Prime 4. It tells me that maybe Metroid Prime 4 is closer than we think, and Jeff Grubb says that 2 and 3 Metroid Primes are also coming to Switch, but they're not getting the remastered treatment. They are getting refined controls and maybe some up-resing, but they will be released separately. He's not sure when, but he says they're ready to go too. So Nintendo will probably come out with a $60 Metroid Prime Remaster, and then my guess is that they put out Prime 2 and Prime 3 on the eShop, price TBD. I don't think they'll do 60, especially if they're trying to sell you Prime Remaster at 60, there's no way they don't fully remaster these and then say, oh, they're also 60. So maybe 30 each, 20 each, 10 each. This also bodes well for the future where Zelda, Wind Waker, and Twilight Princess are a bundle pack. Because, again, they're telling us that these old games from that era aren't worth 60 if they release them at a lower price, and they have to. If Prime Remaster is 60, Prime 2 and 3 not remastered have to be less. It just makes sense. I'm pumped for this. I think this is going to be super fun. Metroid Prime was a great game back in the day. Many days ago. That was so long ago. If you go play Metroid Prime 1 today, not the Wii collection, but the GameCube original, it's still a nifty game, but that's an old game. Yet it's doing something totally different than anything else Nintendo is doing. And I think that might be what I like best about it, is shooters aren't something Nintendo loves. And FPS, yeah, there's guns technically in Mario plus Rabbids, and yes, Splatoon is firing ink. But a first-person shooter from Nintendo is something we just don't get. We just don't have. And now, we're gonna have 4 of them. And I'm hoping that they've put the TLC into Metroid Prime Remaster to really justify the 60, to really make it feel fun and fresh again, and to really amp people up for Metroid Prime 4. I don't know, maybe Nintendo is really cool and adds something extra or adds a mode or sort of, you know, I don't know, maybe, dude, remember when Xbox would put like the Halo demos in with Crackdown? Nintendo should be real sweet and put the Metroid Prime 4 demo in with Metroid Prime Remaster. That justifies the 60. Everybody's buying it then. Tell me you wouldn't buy it. Metroid Prime Remaster comes with Metroid Prime 4 demo, and it's on the cart. You can't download it. You can't share it from your you have to buy the card. I get goosebumps, man. My hair is on edge. Can you see that? Gabe, zoom in. Seriously. Metroid Prime 4 is such a long time coming. We only have that stupid logo reveal. Everyone thinks it's like years off, but if this is coming out this holiday season, I could see Metroid Prime 4 being their big 2023 game. Who knows, though, because Nintendo, they've proven today that they don't give a crap about anything. New hardware, a first-party showcase. Nate Drake says that he's heard something about first-party games being shown off, but at this point, I and you should expect nothing until the fall. I and you should expect nothing. And if they have a September Direct, Metroid is the kind of game, given that it's a remaster, that could get a September announcement and boom, it's out in November. They did it with a new Paper Mario, they can do it with an old Metroid. It's very plausible that they don't say a peep about first party until the fall. I'd love to be wrong. Maybe they do. I mentioned this in the other video this morning. I know that there's something else happening this week that is cool, that is good, and I will be covering it, and it's good for Switch fans. So, like, all is not lost. I don't know. I hope that the Direct Mini is still fun. I hope that there's the partner showcase. I hope that it's still fun. I hope we get something out of it. I know we're all going to be, like, overall disappointed, but I hope there's still morsels. Like, this is our world. This is our reality. So we either choose to find fun in it or we choose to be bummed. And I'm going to try to find fun in it with you guys tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. for the stream. The hype levels have sunk. I asked what's your hype level for the Nintendo Direct thing on a scale of 1 to 10, and the big winner is 1 to 3. 37% of you picked 1 to 3 in the polls. Your hype levels are just drowning. 26% said 5 to 8. Okay, feeling good. Maybe Persona 5. Maybe GoldenEye. Maybe Bayonetta 3. That would still form a pretty good show with Hollow Knight Silksong release date as the kicker. 22%, myself included, say 4 to 6. I'm sitting right around a 5 right now, just like halfway. I'm like, okay, there should be some good third-party stuff. Probably not a lot that I love. That's just the facts. Old third-party games don't do a ton for me anymore. It was fun and novel in the beginning, but it's not anymore. So it's really like Hollow Knight, the GoldenEye thing, Persona 5, and Bayonetta that I'm kind of riding my hopes on. Or like a new game. If any of the major studios want to make a new game for Switch, just for Switch, man, sign me up. It's been a long time since that. Where is our Switch exclusive, I don't know, Assassin's Creed, or our Switch exclusive Madden? Just, come on, man. Put something cool. 15% of you are just shooting for the skies, 9 to 10. I bet you thought it was a general. I'm sorry, it's not. But we will still persevere and push on with Daddy Nintendo just doing us dirty. Like 2020 all over again. But guys and girls, thank you so much for being here. I will see you all soon on that live stream. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. Prime Remaster is great, okay? So until next time, love you lots, appreciate you even more. Thanks again. SwitchForce, out.